Welcome back to WTOP's Beer of the Week. We are joined, as always, by Greg Engert, Beer Director for the Neighborhood Restaurant Group, a James Beard Award nominee. The group includes Rustico, 2 locations in Alexandria and Ballston, and also B-Side, which is right next door to Union Market in Merrifield. B-Side hasn't been open that long. Check it out. Greg, it is always good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
What do we have on tap this week?
So this week we have Consecrator, a Doppelbock-style strong lager, 8% from Bell's Brewery out in Kalamazoo, Comstock, Michigan. It is a beer they release in increasingly small batches during the, well, I guess I was going to say late winter, early spring, but it's actually, they release it on Fat Tuesday every year. So it's kind of, I guess, if you pay attention to the weather, right in the heart of winter for us now. But yeah, it's a kind of a beautiful beer for the finish of winter, something that's sturdy, rich, strong, yet lagered to be kind of clean and drinkable on the palate.
And who's not ready to toast the arrival of spring?
Oh, God.
Greg's been trying to kill me the past few weeks. We had a 7, then we had a 13.5, then a 7, then an 18.
And now 8.
And 8.
Yeah, no session beers.
But I'm a big
Not
boy.
in the winter. We don't drink session beer in winter.
Big boy in more ways than one, unfortunately. A lot like the Milkman we had a few weeks ago. You don't taste that real.
No.
It's dangerous.
It is.
It's quaffable.
Very quaffable. Nice and malty, but not too heavy on the palate. It's a Doppelbock style. So Doppelbocks can range. I mean, they can be anywhere from 6.5% alcohol, which we wouldn't necessarily consider like super strong, all the way up to 9 or 10%. This is sitting at 8. What I love about this one too is that it's got, to me, more of a stylistically appropriate color, this kind of tawny, amber reddish hue, rather than the dark brown to almost black you'll see in other Doppelbocks. It's really pleasing. The malts they're employing have a lot of melanoidin, which is the compound that gives it that kind of toasted character. It's the same thing you create when you sear vegetables or meat or something like that. So that's that beautiful kind of toasted, almost bread crusty flavor. And then there's a little bit of toffee, a little bit of caramel as well in the beer. Now,
what would you pair this with?
Well, dark lagers, I've said for a long time, are darker lagers. And that includes like amber lagers, Vienna lagers, Oktoberfest, Märzen, things like that are like perfect with food. And in fact, when I wish more brewers made them, but mostly I wish more bars and restaurants stocked them and more guests were interested in them, because I think they belong on any restaurant that cares about beer and food pairing should have a rich malty lager on its list at all times, because it just is so magnificent with food. And it can do a lot of things. But recently, and maybe this is because we were just talking about it, I've been thinking a lot about barbecue with this. It'd be killer. Whether it's acidic, vinegar-based Carolina barbecue, balanced against the sweetness here, whether it's sweeter Texas tomato-based that can go with that rich caramelized toasty flavor, whether it's dry rubbed. This has got almost an umami character that'd be great for the meat itself. It's amazing. And then taking that to the next level too, you can do it with anything pork, anything that has bacon on it, sweet and salty, would be fantastic.
Why is my glass always lower than yours? I don't understand. No, we talked about chocolate a few weeks ago. Wouldn't dark chocolate?
A dark chocolate would be awesome with it. And especially because to that point, it's like, it's not chocolate on chocolate. It's got, like this kind of, it's almost suggestive, like it's going to like cocoa powder, but it never quite gets there. I think it'd be fantastic with dark chocolate.
Greg, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Everyone, please always do drink responsibly and be sure to bring your thirst next time for another Beer of the Week.